I made this in post. I didn't start off the video the right way like I always want to, so we'll just simply start off by reading this Bible verse right here. It says, Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Amen. What a great way to just, think positively and just know that God got some bigger plan for you, man. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video, though. Welcome back to Lame Goofy Gaming. I hope you guys are all having a blessed day. Today, I'll be showing you how to set up Godot on your Chromebook. So if you haven't installed it already, you could click the icon at the top of the screen. That's my first time doing that. I'm sorry about that, but you could go back and I'll show you how to install it in that video. But this video, I want to go over a couple of things just so we can make sure we set everything up perfectly. So if you're working on your Chromebook, the first thing that I want to show you guys how to do is just simply, we want to go to our folders. And in here we have our downloads. So the thing about this is when you first get your game, it's going to be in play files, but this is all you're going to see when you go to play files. You're not going to see anything other than this. So it's good if you just download, when you put your game into a folder, we just put it into one of these folders. So like an example of that is if I go to create and then I go to browse, if I back out of here and I make sure I drop it into my documents tab. But you see, there's a lot of other things that you could put it in, or you could even put a folder right here and forget about it. But this is harder to find. You're not going to find this as easy as you'll find those file names that we just seen, which are documents, movies, pictures, and music. Documents, movies, pictures, and music. Documents, downloads, pictures, and music. All right, so let's go to documents. All right, and then here in your documents, this is what you got right here. And here I would create another document. So what we would do, just to show you guys the good practice of what we would do here, we would go and we would create a new folder. I right click to do that. And then I press new folder, and now I name this new game. After we name that new game, here is where we would put our game inside of this folder, and we would press select current folder. And then after we do that, you get the check mark. Let's make sure we're in compatibility mode. That's super important. And then we could just press create. All right, so another thing that I want to go over real quick, though, is, oh no, I lost my game. I just finished saving it and everything. I come back on the next day and I can't find where I saved my game at. Well, you're in luck. All we got to do is simply go to our play files right here, and then we're going to press on these three dots right here. And then once we go to these three dots, we're going to go show all play files. And in here, you should be able to find whatever you are missing. And that's where I was able to find my games that I was missing. So you should be able to find your game here in play files. If you can't, you might have to dig a little bit deeper. But I don't really know where else it was that you needed to go. Maybe it's Android. No, it's not Android. We're in play files. Might have to cut this part a bit out. No cap. Nah, I'll leave it in. All right, but I don't see it for real though, so I don't really know. But if you're still not finding your game, I'm pretty sure there's a way you could go to Godot, and then it might be inside of that folder as well too. I went to Godot Games. I'm pretty sure I don't have a folder named Godot Games, but I don't know. Either way it goes, we're in our file. So after we first open up our file, one of the main things we want to do is go to our editor. So when you first get on here, you're not going to be able to debug. And right now, that might not be important to you. You're like, debugging, bro. I'm just trying to make a game, do the best I can. Brother, slow your roll just a little bit. You're going to have to debug quite a bit, even in your tutorial, probably, because I have never done a tutorial in my life and got it correct off the first rip. Not even talking to ChatGPT do I get correct code that I could just plug in and use. You're gonna have to debug, and the debug, the only way you're gonna be able to do it is if you do this. If you miss this step, you're not gonna be able to debug. So I'm gonna label this how to debug in Godot on Chromebook. So the first thing we want to do is go to editor settings, and then we want to make sure that we have this. All right, so right here we have our stuff, but we don't really care about it. All right, so we go to interface and we scroll down. I'm sorry, I was yapping because I was trying to figure out where it was. No cap. So we got to go down here. We go to multiple window, and then we want to make sure this is enabled. When you first start it, it's not going to be enabled, so we just want to make sure that we enable that. It's saying that like we reset it. But I promise you, when I first loaded in, this was not enabled. And I was like, Godot 3 is better. And I was using Godot 3 because I could use multi-screen. But so if it's not working for you, if this is something that they automatically put in now, well, more power to them. But either way it goes, we want to make sure that we enable this. Other than that, the last thing that I want to show you is how to get a picture inside of your game. That's something that's going to be a little bit different on the Chromebook version. There are good ways if you just look up how to hey, you're on my video, so actually I'm not even going to tell you how to look up something. We're already here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go to files and we're going to find this file. So I named this file new game and I put in documents, remember that? So we are just going to, I'm going to leave them all in here just not to confuse anybody. We're going to go to documents and then I have my game right here called new game. Now we need to get a picture. So the picture I'm going to get is something that I already have downloaded, of course. So let's say I'm going to use this pug PNG image that I have right here. So I want to get this pug into my game. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to, you can just straight copy it like that. You can cut it like this. Or if you can see your document by doing something like this, you can straight drag it and drop it. And it's in there, okay? Or you can right click and paste it in the folder and it's also in there. So that's just two ways to do it. I don't know which game is my game though, because like I could have swore we put it new game. It's not called new game project. So confused right now, but I think it's supposed to go in here, so that's on me. So we'll just simply move that, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty confusing. I didn't know I had multiple new games. I'm sorry about that. But we'll just put it into the folder it needs to go in. Or like I said, if not, we could have just copied it and then just pasted it into this folder. Yeah, new game is not a good thing to use. Don't use new game. But either way, it's in here. Wow. Instantaneously. That's the first time that's ever happened, okay? I see they got some good new updates then. But if that doesn't work for you, we're going to go to project and then we're just going to simply press reload current project. And then we're going to press save and reload. Give it some time. That'd be groovy. Hey, what that trumpet talking about? Okay, well, I am on a Chromebook, so, you know, I'm like on the $20 version one too. I could give y'all, okay, it started. All right, so here we have our scene, and then you should be able to see your pugs if you couldn't see them already. But if they instantaneously went, more power to them. I like Godot. We're getting a little bit quicker with stuff like this, so that's good. The last thing I want to show y'all is how to block code. I already have a video on it, so this one's going to be a little less professional and less put together than the rest of them. But if you want to use block coding like Scratch, we'll just simply put in block in here. And then you see block coding will come up. If this is not live, just press go online. It'll be a button in the middle, say go online. You get block coding, you press download. Give it a second to download. You press install. You press install. Okay, and installed successfully. So now I gotta go to my project. I go to project settings, I believe. And then I go to plugins, and then we gotta make sure that we turn this plugin on. And then after, okay, all right, the lag got me a little bit. We turn it on. After that, we close it, and then let's see if it worked already. Yep, my block coding block is right there, and I can press create. If that doesn't work, same thing I did last time. I will not be doing it again though. We can simply go to project and press reload project, current project. It might take a second for your blocks to show up, but then after you have that, you have your block coding down here, and this is just a start. You should really watch a tutorial on this one. Just look up how to use block coding in Godot if you're interested in doing something like this. But it's just like Scratch, and you could get it, and it's way better than visual scripting and all that spaghetti stuff. This is literally just simple Scratch, man. You can get into it. I love it. I'm gonna be ready to use this when I get into my nonprofit. I'm super excited about this, so I'm gonna learn how to use it, and you got tutorials coming for me soon. But for right now, I'm just trying to make my game. But either way it goes, I hope y'all have a great day. See you on the next one.